Hey, what is going on with y'all, man? It's Black Balloon, and we are coming back with another video. So y'all already know what's going on, man. As y'all can see on the screen today, we are here to talk about NBA YoungBoy, right? I've talked a little bit briefly about him, especially when this whole Panda Eye thing happened. I think I added that in the video with Orlando Brown way back a couple of months ago. That video did real good. Actually, a little bit more than a couple of months ago. I think that video got over 100,000 views. And it was, back when Orlando Brown was talking about the Panda Eye thing. And we all pitted together that NBA YoungBoy went through those same rituals, right? And of course, they tried to disguise it as him saying that it was makeup and it was something that he liked to do, which I could put that clip in this video because I got a couple of other clips that we're going to talk about from NBA YoungBoy, right? Now, I've never dedicated a video to YoungBoy, but, with all this stuff, random nonsense going on with Joe Budden, I was like, maybe it's time to go ahead and do a video on NBA YoungBoy, right? Because we got a lot to talk about with him. Some of the things that I want to talk about, I think he's come to notice because he said it himself about his come up and his music. And, we're going to let him say it first. I won't be able to show the entire interview because I think one of them comes from Billboard and I'm pretty sure they'll copyright it. So I may have to put his picture over the interview like we do a lot of times just to stay away from copyright. But he said something very interesting that I wanted to bring to the channel and I want to talk about and I want to get y'all opinion because his influence is beyond this world. His influence in the rap game to young teenagers and what he can, force these little kids to do just by his music alone is insane. It's up there. It's probably just the same as XXXTentacion. Very powerful to what he can persuade these kids to do just by them listening to a 3-minute rap song. His reach is crazy. So I thought this would be a really good video to go ahead and get on this channel. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and check out this first clip. And I'm going to come back and talk to y'all a little bit more about what he has to say. So check this out.
I like painting my face or putting makeup on. I don't know. I like to look in the mirror and see everything black, like my eyes and shit.
What you mean? Because that picture we seen that was with like the last like.
Yeah, that's 100% real. That's me being myself. That's me. I don't know. I feel comfortable that way. Like,
is that like face paint?
Nah, that's I don't know. That's makeup. That's some shit from Mac. I made my engineer go back.
Oh.
Yeah, give me like the golf feeling, like rock stars.
All right, y'all. Real quick before I go into the two clips that I really want to talk about with y'all, I wanted to play that real quick just so y'all can see where his mind was about doing this whole makeup thing that he was into at this time. I think this might have been about a year ago, maybe a little bit over a year ago. So he said that was him being himself in private because, he'd been on house arrest for the longest now. So I think because of a gun charge. He said that was him being himself and something he paid his engineer to go and get from him from the Mac store. We're not going to go too deep into the Panda Eye thing because we did an entire video on that. Y'all know where that's at. It was with Orlando Brown. I could put it in the description for those that haven't seen it. But everybody was saying like, yo, NBA YoungBoy did that same thing because we was talking about a bunch of other people. We was talking about Lady Gaga that's done it. A bunch of people that has the Panda Eye symbolism. And let Orlando Brown tell it, he was saying that that's caused by trauma. A lot of the times when, rather it's the little ones or a full-grown adult, when they, how can I say this, when they're penetrated and it creates that trauma, it sometimes blackens their eye. That's where this comes from. So it's not to say that in those pictures, NBA YoungBoy had a real black eye, but it's symbolism. Symbolism could be from his handlers that actually tell you what he's been going through. Because looking at it, I don't think, YoungBoy has just been on house arrest. I think it's been a lot deeper than that. And that's what I want to talk about with these two clips because he's giving off like some very weird, controlled, MK Ultra vibes. But we're going to talk about that when I let y'all hear a piece of this interview. you know, this whole makeup thing that he did was just kind of shocking to people, because the energy that NBA YoungBoy give off, especially when he first got into the industry, you know, anger, mad at everything. His music was full of energy, full of anger. His whole persona to me was just anger. And it didn't attract me to him as an artist. I couldn't listen to his music. I still don't to this day. But the people that do, they blast his shit. It's loud, you know, like it's like the energy that he has coming from his music in itself. The people that listen to him, they blast it. Like anytime I hear somebody listening to YoungBoy, they are blasting that shit. It's like, you know, they're receiving the energy that he gives off through his music. And he talked about that a little bit in the clip that we're gonna go ahead and watch. Now, I don't have too many clips from NBA YoungBoy because a lot of his stuff is just, you know, it's just different other stuff. But I have some things that I wanted to point out and I wanted to talk to y'all about. So, you know, lengthwise, we'll try to make this video as long as I can without dragging certain topics on, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on the Panda Eye thing because we did a whole video about it. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into this interview that he did. And we'll also talk about the most recent interview. It was a very short clip where he was talking about the industry being demonic. But first, check this out.
Man, I was flooded with millions of dollars from the time I was 16 all the way to this point in my life. And I woke up one morning and I was like, damn, they got me. Man, look at the shit I spoke about. Look at the shit I put in these people's ears. Man, I feel very wrong about a lot of things. How many lives I actually am responsible for when it comes to my music. How many kids and people have gotten in the car or put this shit in their ears and actually went hurt someone. And now I'm sitting back like, damn, I can't do it all in one day. But I promise to clean whatever I can clean. But it's gonna take time. I don't think about it. I just have a lot of people that know me, I guess. I'm terrified of people. I am very scared of people. Like on my kids. I am terrified of people. And I am very shy. But I never knew why once I walk on the stage, I could get it done and leave. But I'm terrified of people. People are cruel. It's like we can't control ourselves. So you never know what someone will do you.
Now, one thing he talked about in that interview, and you know, a lot of people in the comments were looking at him like, oh, well, they were saying that they look at him differently because he actually recognizes what his music is doing. You know, which you could give somebody a few points for that, because he said he woke up one day, he looked in the mirror, and he said, they got me. Obviously, he knows what's going on in the industry. He thinks somebody like him that has had the success that he's had so fast and has been isolated as well, he knows what his music is doing. And he said, they got me. So he know, you know, the people that's in that industry, that's on his label, his handlers, the industry in general, he know they got him to basically be destructive. They amplified what he already brought to the industry and they turned it on little kids. He said, I know, you know, that he's influenced kids to go do violent things while listening to his music. And that's someone realizing that, damn, they wanted this. They wanted me to be this way. It ain't really, I told y'all this before. It's not about the artist no more once they make it, especially somebody like NBA YoungBoy. He's just being controlled by handlers at this point. It's not about him no more. It's about these billions of kids that are giving his, you know, his songs listens. Or will I say the millions of kids that's streaming his music billions of times every year. That's what it's about. And he recognized that. He said, damn, they got me. And he young and he recognized what's going on. Because it becomes deeper. Your music is being used as a tool of like mind control. That's exactly what it is. people like NBA YoungBoy that bring that kind of energy in their song, anger and violence and this and that, that's what it is. They turn it against you. And now, you know, he first got on, he didn't even realize that that was what was going on until he realized it. But, you know, what made it weird listening to that interview, it really gives me MK Ultra split personality vibes, because you could hear how shaky his voice sounded. Like, you know, go back and listen to the interview. I couldn't show his face because I don't want it to get copyrighted, but his voice sounded really shaky, as if someone is very nervous or scared. I almost can't even, you know, imitate how he sounded, because he sounded really nervous and shaky. But when he was saying that, and when you look at his face during the interview when he's talking about, I am very scared of people, very terrified of people, bro, it almost sounds like he's a little kid. Like, that's what I mean by that MK Ultra split personality stuff, because you gotta think about it. He done been isolated. He done been with that weird family that he was with, all up there in the mountains and jump. Bro, we don't know what kind of experiments they done did on NBA YoungBoy. We don't even know. He got a whole clone made of him. But it gives me that, like, split personality type of thing. Y'all know what, like, not Britney Spears, but Anna Nicole Smith. Remember when she was talking like a little kid, and it was like that we was talking about in that video, like that programming that reverts the mind back to being a little kid. That's almost how NBA YoungBoy sounding now. He sounds very broken. Like, I am very terrified of people. Yeah, people are cruel. But if you listen to how he's saying it, it sounds like he's been mentally tortured. And I mean it through MK Ultra, making sure they will forever control him. And you don't say too much of what's going on. So I was surprised to hear him say, you know, they got me. And also the most recent one he did with Complex, where he was saying he joined a demonic industry. Now, I'll let y'all hear that clip as well. I really wanted to talk mostly about how he sound in that interview, because y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Like, just listen to it. He sounds like he has split personalities, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And not natural either. It sounds like torture, bro. It sounds like something, you know, right out of that MK Ultra handbook, bro. Like, we don't know what they've been doing with him, bro. You know what I'm saying? That makeup stuff, you know, with the black eye, the panda eyes. So much weird stuff has been going on with NBA YoungBoy. We don't know what they've been doing to him. I know I'm not the only one, and it's almost sad. It's almost sad. Like, they just young dudes who wanted to rap and be famous. They ain't necessarily sign up for what they got into. And, you know, quite frankly, you probably would never have an idea of what you would do if you was put in them kind of situations. That's why it's kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? Just hearing him say that, like, damn, they got me. Now I'm so deep in this shit, I can't even get out. You know? But, you know, real quick, we'll check out this clip of him saying the industry is demonic. I'm going to come back and talk to y'all a little bit more, because I got a few pictures I want to show y'all of him. And we'll get toward wrapping up the video. So check this out.
That music, like, in terms of getting paid, it's like the biggest thing, and owning all your art.
Yeah, because Atlanta is the mind industry that I chose to be a part of. So it's like I accept that I run with it, but don't be a dominant at the same time. You gotta understand they're using me as entertainment, and this shit becomes self-destruction too. Cause I ain't no entertainer. You know, some shit can be spoke on. Why? Man, that shit is to be continued.
Now, obviously, right there, you know, he didn't say anything that we don't know as far as the music industry being demonic. But y'all gotta understand, for someone like NBA YoungBoy to actually admit that, you know, interview that's gonna be seen by millions of people is huge for the fans that listen to him. Like I said, we already know what's going on. The audience that listens to NBA YoungBoy, most of them young kids, they not interested in this stuff we talk about. So for him to make them aware that what he's actually a part of is nothing you want to be a part of is huge, you know, because maybe it'll turn a couple of kids to not even want to chase that life or chase that industry at all. And then, you know, it more so just proves everything that we talk about on this channel. But there was like 3 or 4 pictures that I wanted to show y'all real quick before we wrap this video up. Something I came across in a song that he did with E40. He said, I signed my deal up in blood letters. And one thing you got to realize about some of these songs that don't go like, mind you, I'm not an NBA YoungBoy fan. I don't know how big this song was. I just went straight to the lyrics. I didn't see how many views it has or nothing. You know, and a lot of these songs that aren't mainstream, they aren't pushed on the radio, these artists will tell you what really was going on in their life. And for someone like NBA YoungBoy, once again, this angry young dude that, you know, that's how he started off in the industry, to say he signed his deal in blood letters. Just like how I said with Glorilla taking that picture, why would a kid from Baton Rouge, you know, talk about signing a deal in blood? Think about that. Same thing. These kids that come from some of the worst hoods in the United States, and they're not into none of that stuff, you know, not into none of it at all. You wouldn't even know what the hell somebody's talking about, signing a deal in blood. Why would he say this? If this ain't what he really did. He ain't playing. He just snuck this in the verse. He not playing. That he signed a deal in blood letters. He sold his soul, you know, whether he knew what he was doing or not, it's gone. He got the skull and bones tattoo on the back of his ear. And he got this coffin with a web with an upside down cross. He fully gone. He may be aware of it, but it's just like all of them. They can't get out of it. So they commit to it. This man got a skull and bone tattoo right behind his ear. Upside down cross on his forehead with restricted on the side of his face. For what? What's the point? I think he also had a video a long time ago where he was wearing the Freemasonic logo on a chain. He had 2 chains on, and they were both the compass, the Freemason logo. He had the chains on. I think he also got a picture with some other Freemasons as well, like that's not like industry related, but I think he was a little younger when he took that picture. I'm gonna see if I can find the picture with where he got the 2 chains on and put it up on the screen. That's a whole nother story. This skull and bone tattoo and him wearing Freemason chains before he was even, you know, as famous as he is today, that says a lot. That means he came across people that, you know, probably initiated him long ago at the age of 18. He probably was initiated into the Freemason cult basically at the age of 18. I don't know how old he is now. I think he's what, young 22, 21. And he also got this tattoo that says help on his chest. And you can tell by this picture, he just looked defeated. The man put help in the middle of his chest. But at the same time, got a skull and bones tattoo, upside down crosses, saying he signed his deal in blood letters. That's stuff you agree to. Ain't nobody forced him to sign a deal in blood and then go and put help on his chest. Because years down the road, you realize what you did and you have no way out of it. This is why I said, you know, I think he was, you know, he's an MK Ultra baby. Because they, you know, they go in and out of how they are. Split personalities, basically. That could be turned on just by a keyword, a handle, or whatever they do, you know. We got extensive videos on MK Ultra, so there's, you know, there's multiple points to how it's turned on, turned off, basically. Man, I just think from here on out, there'll be more stuff that'll come out about NBA YoungBoy, whether he says it himself or just things that we continue to find out, because I don't think it's going to stop. Like, he basically went from, you know, the young kid that he was to fully indoctrinated into the industry. Skull and bone tattoos, Freemason chains, the actual logo on the chain, wearing it. Y'all got to think about who these people were before they got into that industry, bro. That's my biggest thing to point out, you know, like young kids that had no idea what this stuff was about. You know, could he known a Freemason that was in his family or something like that? Maybe he could have. There's a lot of regular people who have grandfathers that are Freemasons. Their mom is an Eastern Star. You know, like there's regular people out there that's, you know, that's real. That exists. But a lot of these kids knew nothing about this kind of stuff. So yeah, man, like I said earlier in the video, I wasn't going to drag this on too long. You know, I just thought this was a cool time to go ahead and do a video about NBA YoungBoy. All that nonsense going on with him and Joe Budden, man, it ain't nothing but just bullshit at the end of the day, man. Pushing and selling numbers. But y'all already know what's going on, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that video. If I missed anything, you know, y'all be sure to let me know in the comments. And yeah, man, with that being said, it's Black Balloon, and I'm going to see y'all soon.